COVID. And what does it mean to real estate right now? Stay tuned.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Minutes. Myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak, episode 487. Boring but necessary. COVID for the next 2 weeks, especially where we are, New South Wales, Greater Sydney, all that stuff. Lots of uproar and everyone being social media warriors just over the weekend. But we wanted to, it's almost like I've heard too much. You don't want to talk about it, but landlords need to know what they can and can't do. Buyers need to know what they can and can't do. Tenants need to know specifically. There's so much general talk, like so much generality, and it's just like, what does that mean for me? So let's rip into it. Mark, offices, are they open? Can you see a property? Do you have to pay rent? I remember last time you didn't have to pay rent. You couldn't get kicked out. What's the deal now?
And the incentives also last time were out and about, and they're not out and about as yet or at all. Who knows what's going to happen there? But with inspections, one-on-ones we can do with prospective tenants or prospective purchasers, which is, compared to what's happening to a Melbourne lockdown, it's pretty good. Yeah,
to put that in perspective, they couldn't even do that. Some people may say, well, why we should do that, stop the virus. But you've got to imagine, there's a lot of people who have bought properties. They need to do a final inspection. Banks aren't stopping. There's people who have booked in, people who are moving properties. That doesn't stop. Unfortunately, a lockdown does not mean world stop. Bills are due. People's evictions are still due. So it is vital, but you can do it under the requirements. I think it's one-on-one, no more than 5 people if you're from different, stuff like that. It's all on the websites. But I saw a lot of people just on social media going, there shouldn't be any, but it's like, no, if you've booked in a move and you're out of a place, you're going to be homeless. So it's still vital. It still can be done. What else?
A lot of it's attitude, Burge. I think also, yes, it's 2 weeks. Yes, it's in school holidays when, so it's extra boring for the kids and stuff like that. But, I think it's attitude is going to help everyone manage through it as well. And I think if we just have that sort of go lucky, let's go, positive attitude. Remember last time we were really big about sticking to local, supporting locals, because, the people that are going to be going through pain, we need to be there for them. So some of the local businesses, restaurants, cafes,
don't get me started on that. Don't get me started. So especially we have a very big commercial division. That is basically my front line. I get all the social safety stuff and health, but far out, some businesses have been hammered. And it almost irritates me when you see people rush or say so quickly, lock it down. Why don't you lock things down when there was one case, wherever it was? And it's like there are so many people out there who have a shop which they pay, let's say, $1,000 a week rent from. They rent their house, which is $1,000 a week, got kids. And if that shop does not generate income, nothing gets paid. So it's people they're just employee, in that employee mindset. And thankfully, they still get paid. But DY Beachfront, we know all those restaurant owners on a personal level, the cafes. So I think just you can be safe, common sense, but don't be so quick to bash the government when they didn't lock stuff down fast enough, because if it keeps, which I think it will for at least another year, rolling lockdowns, there'll be a lot of suicides, a lot of all that stuff from this, because people can't support their family. So just be mindful of that, because we see it on the ground. We saw the deals were being done by landlords for rental payments through that period. In 2 weeks, people are living week to week. So
Yeah. So I think that I think everyone's world's different, and I think it's changing everyone's world in different ways. But I think being considerate towards those guys who are more affected, I think is really really important. I remember last time COVID went through, I was really big about supporting a local. I was really big about using cash. And tipping with cash, and because anything we could do, and I was really funny about not using delivery services to whack another 30% or 20% into their pocket if I was ordering anything. So I think just for that next 2 weeks, if we can be that little bit more considerate to everyone in our community that needs that little bit more of a pop-up, I think that's pretty cool. Good morning to Lisa Novak. Great to see you online today, Lisa. She says apply common sense. What's Rosie Sullivan, the Guru Swami, saying?
Spot on, guys. Make sure that you're following COVID-safe practices and letting people know what to expect and what you expect from people when they go one-on-one. Very true. Like, I would have loved to see your local grocery store, your local butcher cleaned out rather than Coles and Woolworths. Like, that's where you're going. You know what I mean? Go down there and just buy everything. But going to the big boxes, they're not helping your local community. So I think just think that way.
Keep it local.
So that's that little rant.
Lisa reckons buy your toilet paper from them.
Yeah, go buy all the tissues from them. But so that's that part of it. But tenants, rent's still due. I'm assuming there won't be. Are there any routine inspections? Are they postponed? Are they still happening one-on-one?
I don't think it's necessary. So routine inspections for rental properties, agents are consistently going through rental properties every 3 to 6 months to make sure they're in good order on behalf of their landlords. I think from our perspective, it's just not necessary, so just pause all that stuff. So tenants have got that little leave.
Yeah, and be conscious of everyone's different. Some people are very hypersensitive towards it. Some are not. Treat everyone same but different. That makes sense. Like if you've come from one meeting, they're very casual about it. They may be young. And then you go to another meeting, they may be older. Be a bit conscious to that under it. So I think that's probably a big thing as well. Rent's still due.
Yeah, I think that's a really good one because because Serbians can't catch COVID. And I'm Serbian. No. I think a lot of people think they're Superman.
They didn't go too well.
I think some people think they're Superman and sort of will sweep it by the wayside a little bit, but that's cool if you want to be like that. But it's not cool when you're around your community and we've got to protect each other as well. So I think that we got to be a little bit more. And even some people are actually stupid about it. They're so COVID high, But, I think you got to support those habits and those people as well. So I think it's just a, stick together community attitude is going to get us through. Stay positive. What else in real estate, Burge, do we have to do? Yeah. Rental's got to keep going. In summary, one-on-one inspections we can do. Routine inspections we're going to put off.
Yeah, virtual auctions, yes. Appraisals allowed. Well, virtual auctions would be good. There's that open selling thing. They would be good to use.
Open negotiation. So auctions is an interesting one because you can't really stay liquid or flow easily left or right when you've got a 4-week auction booked in and you have to do something because you can't. So I think what's really, really interesting is running those virtual auctions, getting those running online because you've really, as an owner, you could. What'd you say?
I'll do best and fairest. I wouldn't be a fan of virtual auctions. It'll be too different for people. It won't have the feel of the competitiveness. I would rather try and do a deal prior, do a best and fairest, do a closed envelope, do a tender. Even if you're an auction agent, you got to know your buyers. If you don't have tech savvy buyers, I would go to the buyer's home then if you're going to do that. Just stay away. I wouldn't
have a chat.
It's too new.
Have a belly-to-belly one-on-one chat with him if you can. But you know what, guys? Let's in terms of auctions, like this is really stuffing with people's lives because it's people's homes. People are buying homes for their family. They're selling homes for their family. They've spent money on an auction campaign, and it's now in tow. Let me put you at rest. The hard work is generally done. The first 2 weeks of your auction is when a lot of heavy lifting is actually done. The last 2 weeks of the auction is more strategy. So I think what you'll actually find is now your agent's coming into that strategy part of their auction, and basically, like you said, Burge, you can do different ways to sell it. We can go Zoom online auctions. We can go belly-to-belly negotiations. We can use software like Open Negotiation. Don't worry, as long as you've got a great agent that's not a fruitcake, that can actually, follow some strategy, heavily negotiate. You only really need one buyer to pay an absolute premium, not 10. So just working those guys to get that.
And I wouldn't push it back. A lot of people may say, push it back till after it, because look at Melbourne. Look, when has the lockdown just been what they originally said? And let's say you've done a 4-week campaign, your auction was on the 5th, and then you push it back 2, it extends 2, you've been on the market for 12 weeks. Do the deal, take it off. Because I think just lean towards the deal. I think it's very easy. I'm in that position. I got one that's supposed to be July 5th, and it's supposed to end July 9th. But when has it ended? When it said it'll end. Owners have deadlines. Owners are bought. Buyers don't like limbo. So I think doing it prior, I think delaying is last. Maybe if you launched it not even if you launched it this week, you can do an auction with no date, do a deal prior. So I think agents need to think outside the box as well. Pre-register online for auctions, so less interaction on the day. 100%. I would be doing a buyer meeting with them. Bring them in. This house is going to be done. Bring them in. If you're fortunate enough to have a big office, you can bring them in, separate them, stuff like that.
4 metre squared rule in a real estate venue. So I think we've covered it, dude. Everyone, that's what's happening out there in real estate. In summary, have we missed anything, Burge?
Probably, but I think that's good.
Yeah, but and I think the biggest thing that we're always managing is up here. So stay positive, support local, be good to you, be a good citizen just for the next 2 weeks, be a better citizen the next 2 weeks. Consider those guys around you, and in my world, the most affected people are our local businesses. Maybe being because we're a commercial agency as well as a residential, or maybe just because I'm a bit more localized than most people. But I just think if you can pay with cash, if you can tip a little bit more than you normally would, and if you can if you can just go collect that food rather than using a delivery service, they're going to be up an extra 20-30% because they're paying Uber 20 or 30% and Deliveroo 20-30% to get that food delivered to your house. But even still, if you just want to get it delivered to your house, get it delivered to your house. But that's the sort of mind space we've got to get into.
It's true. And when you really take a step back from the noise, real estate doesn't really change. The only part is an open house. The rest of it is a lot of one-on-one business, a lot of email business, a lot of phone business. All that's still up and running. It's just that open house auction. Not that I want to, make it smaller or diminish it, those two parts of the business, which are huge, especially in residential sales. But it's not like, let's have 2 weeks off, I can't do shit. It's not right, because buyers and tenants and landlords still need stuff being done.
And can I be a bit peace, love, and mung beans? We still live in a great city. We still live in a great country, and no one's taking that away from us. We're all relatively healthy, and we're just going to get through the next 2 weeks. So let's do it.
Or 4. Who knows? Oh no! No comment. Thanks. See you, Lisa. Bye.
Thanks everyone for your comments.